Hello everybody and welcome back to Season 45 of the Pichu London Cup Series. Today we are here at Homestead Miami Speedway for the running of the Forever 400. It is the second race of the round of 8 here in the Season 45 race for the championship. Last week we kicked off the round of 8 at Las Vegas, and it was a struggle for all 8 playoff drivers in the field. But Cassie Reynolds was the highest finishing driver in that race. He finished in 4th position. There were drivers on the last lap running out of gas, but in the end, Austin Stitzel saved enough fuel to win in Sin City, and Allison Rain, his teammate, finished in 2nd, making it a Hendrick 1-2. It was the second straight race that the Hendrick team won at. They won at the Roval a couple weeks back with Abby Sachs, the one that ended the round of 12. And now Hendrick has won 3 playoff races so far this season, and they don't even have any of their 4 drivers in the playoffs currently because they went winless through the first 28 events of the season until Allison Rain took home the win at Bristol in race 29. And along with Avi Sachs' win at the Roval and Austin Stitzel's win at Las Vegas, they now have 3 wins, 1 from each driver. So that leaves Nathan Ormond, the only one of the 4 Hendrick cars to have not won yet so far in Season 45. We'll see if that will change here today at Homestead, or will we see one of the 8 remaining playoff drivers win today to lock themselves into the Championship 4 in Atlanta in just 2 weeks' time. Let's take a look at the standings as we head to Homestead, Miami. Cassie Reynolds has the lead right now, 13 above the cut line. And Billy Bishop is 11 points above the cut line. Quinn Moore and Raul Marvila are above the cut line right now, but that could all change after this race, especially with stage points now going into effect. Matt Hunter is 6 points below the cut line, and then James Richardson 16 back, Logan Nieto is 24 back, and Zachary Fitzwater is 30 back. Both Fitzwater and Nieto retired early in the race last week, and now they're both looking for redemption here tonight. And they need redemption here if they want to stay alive in the fight for the championship. Hunter and Richardson do need the points as well so that they could advance into the championship 4, but if one of them wins, they're into the championship 4 no matter what happens next week at Martinsville. So a lot on the line here today at Homestead. Let's go through the starting lineup. On the pole for this race will be the 11 car of Samet Ozkan. Ozkan was in the playoffs but was eliminated in the first round. Now he's hoping for redemption today from pole position. On the outside is the highest finishing playoff driver from last week's race at Las Vegas, and he is also going to be the highest starting playoff driver in this field at Homestead. Cassie Reynolds is in the 16. If he picks up big stage points, he might just lock in on stage points alone. But he wants nothing more than a win so that he is in the championship 4. We'll see if it happens today. Row 2, we have Maxwell Smart in the 20 car. Alongside him is the 45 car of Quinn Porter. Then Nilson Herrera and Isaac Perdomo make up row number 3. And then another playoff driver is in row number 4. That is Matt Hunter starting alongside Matt Gomes. So the 2 Matts are both starting in row number 4. Matthew Buss starts in row 5 with Robert Smith. Buss was also in the playoffs, but was also eliminated in the last round. And then you take a look at the rest of the field. Among the notable drivers, you'll notice most of them are wearing pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And we also have another playoff driver in the middle of the pack. Billy Bishop is in the 15, and he starts in the middle alongside Hayden Stringer. He's on the outside to start off. And there's our winner, Austin Stitzel, from last week at Las Vegas. And he also will start just below on the 15 car. But Stitzel going for 2 here today at Homestead, Miami. Zachary Fitzwater had a very bad race. He was the lowest finishing playoff driver from last week's race. Starts again in the middle pack just below Billy Bishop. But we'll see if he can pick up the stage points so that he can stay alive in the fight for the championship. There's Nathan Ormond, as we mentioned. He's the only Hendrick driver to have not won this season. Looks for redemption here today. Another playoff driver in the field, Ronald Maravilla, starts just behind them, just above the last rows of this event. Maravilla will have to pick it up, and so will Logan Nieto in order to stay alive in the championship. So both Maravilla and Nieto start in the same row. It'll be interesting to see how these two will battle it out for the win, if they're able to be in contention. Alex Ferranti is our driver of the week in the number 3 car today. Alex Ferranti is making his Cup Series debut today at Homestead, Miami, in the number 3 car for this race. And for the final 2 events of the season for the number 3, we will have some very extra special guests in that machine, and we will reveal them at the end of this race. James Richardson starts near the back of the pack, and I believe he is the second lowest starting driver among the playoff contenders. So Richardson will have a lot of work cut out for him if he wants to stay alive in this championship fight. But he is a 2-time champion after all, so nothing is too difficult for this driver. We'll see if Richardson can pick up points here today. And there's our lowest starting driver in the playoffs, Quentin Moore. Not off to a good start as he starts near the back of the pack for the 34 team, but we've seen this driver deliver when crunch time comes. And he has 5 wins under his belt. He's hoping to go for a 6th win, and that's going to be the one that would propel him into the Championship 4 in Atlanta in just a couple weeks. So Quentin Moore is hoping for a comeback here at Homestead, Miami. That's all of the starting lineup, and now we'll take you trackside as we're moments away from the green flag dropping at Homestead. So here we go, the cars roll off the track. And I believe it's the same distance that we've had at Las Vegas last week. 104 laps will be run here today. And the first stage ends on lap 29, and the second stage will end on lap 65. Just like what we had last week at Las Vegas. Kind of a deja vu in terms of the stage length. Last time, though, drivers were running out of fuel in the final couple laps, but we'll see if they'll hold it up and last till the end this time. Here we go, folks. The green's about to come out in the Forever 400 at Homestead, Miami. Green flag is out. And a great start for the 11 car, already up and running. And his teammate is in second position. But the 716, though, looks like he did not get a good jump as he's losing positions on the outside lane. Now the 16 car is going to have to try to regroup here on this first lap of the race. And now they're almost 4 wide with Hayden Stringer down the bottom. And now Reynolds is going to have to try to stay out of the wall. If he gets into the wall, he's going to lose even more positions. I'm sure the 16 does not want to do that when stage points are on the line here. Matt Hunter was the only driver to earn any stage points in Las Vegas. And he was second in stage 2 in Vegas. So he was the only one of the playoff drivers to earn stage points last week. We'll see if it's a different story here. And look at Zachary Fitzwater. He has worked his way up to the 5th spot. Started near the back of the pack, and he's worked his way up in just 3 laps to a top 5 run. What a run for that 4 car. He really wants to go to the Championship 4. He is hoping to win today and get into the Atlanta with a chance for the title. Austin Sitzel went up into the wall there and lost a lot of positions. Gotta really be careful and stay out of the wall at this track. This track has changed grooves, by the way. It used to be the outside lane being the best one, but the inside lane has gotten much better than the last time we raced here at Homestead. Oh, Casey Hoyt got a little scrape in the wall there. Better be careful with the wall. You don't want to get too close, because the grip is not there on the outside as it was in the last race we ran here. The 11 car continues to lead, and now he's got another teammate in second. That's Hayden Stringer. I mean, Maxwell Smart was in second briefly, and now he dropped way back. It was on the outside lane, and he losing a lot of positions. Now the 16 is near the back of the pack. Not a good start for the 16 team, as they're way back in the pack now, and they're going to have to work their way back up again. Billy Bishop on the outside now. He's the lowest driver in the playoffs in the field. 15 car going to have to step it up now. Otherwise, he's going to miss out on some big points today. And Zachary Fitzwater has just taken second place. 4 car is out in second. And look at Quentin Moore in third. These two were in the back of the pack to start off. And already in just a handful of laps, they're in the top 5. It could be a very interesting battle for stage points as we head towards near the end of the stage, but we're just getting underway. Logan Nieto is also going for a top 5 spot. Another playoff driver made big gains. All these playoff drivers trying to pick up big stage points to advance over to the championship 4. Maybe even win a race here to get that spot locked in. This will be fun. Porter goes to the bottom. He's going to go for a position on Matt Gomes. Oh, look at Richard Morphy. He's not on the playoffs anymore, but he's racing to win. He wants to get back on the board with another victory. And there's Claire Richardson in the middle of the top 5. The 43 has had some good results in this past couple weeks. So we'll see if the 43 can finally win a race here this season. Right now, Sam Oscon has just dominated this race so far. The 11 car has just been almost unbeatable from the start. That 11 car has been pretty fast today as Oscon is trying to close out and win another one after being eliminated from the playoffs early. George Rourke goes to the bottom, makes the pass on Nilson Herrera. And now the 4 car is just trying to keep the top 5 steady. Here comes Porter. He's going to try to move up another spot on Hayden Stringer. Porter gets to the bottom and he takes the position. So Porter is working his way up. He's trying to win a race here here in Vegas. And I think he had the lead in a couple laps to go, then ran out of gas and lost the race at Vegas last week. But he wants some redemption here today. Nieto just went by the 1 of Richard Morphy. That is for 4th spot. So the playoff drivers running now 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. All trying to catch Samet Oscon to pick up the stage win and possibly the most stage points out of this first stage. The 11 car, though, has just been on fire in this right from the start. He's going to try to hold them off and try to win this race in dominating fashion. Oscon is a former champion, and he's proven that he can still run and win, and maybe a race or two. This might be the redemption that the 11 needs after being eliminated from the playoffs a couple weeks ago. Claire Richardson just moved up another spot on the 43 car, and there's Avi Sachs in 8th now. Yeah, Sachs was our winner at the Roval a couple weeks ago. He's going for another win here at Homestead, Miami. 2 of the winningest drivers in the series are running in the top 10. Somehow we didn't get a caution here in this race, so I'm kind of surprised we didn't have a single caution yet, but I think they've learned the ins and outs of this track, so they know when to hold. Cassie Reynolds on the outside now and trying to work his way back up to contention. And same for James Richardson. They're in the middle pack. Stuck in the middle now are Cassie Reynolds and James Richardson among the playoff drivers, still trying to pick up a couple more spots. They might not get stage points, but they're trying to pick up as much as they can, much points as they can at the end of the race. And there's the number 3 car of Alex Ferranti. He's making his Cup Series debut in the number 3 entry. He's among one of the drivers that was handpicked to run the 3 for the rest of the season. A different driver every race in the second half for this number 3 team. Chen Zi was the only driver to win in that 3 this weekend. This season, I should say. And that was back at Gateway. Chen Zi is a former champion, so got the experience and took home the win. And now Alex Ferranti trying to be the 2nd, but he's got a long way to go. He's almost in last place. He's going to have to work his way the hard way. But Ronald Marvila just hit the wall, and now he's almost in last place. And not a good start for Marvila. Not the race he needed. He stood above the cut line heading into today's race, but if he stays in the low driver positions, he might not be above the cut line after this race. So Marvila might be in trouble here. He's going to have to pick it up. He's going to have to pick up positions now. Oh, whoa, look, he's trying to get to Ferranti on the bumper there. And he's going for it. He's going to be aggressive now. He is trying to get every position he can, gain some ground, try to win this, try to get some points today. Look at the battle for second here between Logan Nieto and Zachary Fitzwater. And Nieto clears the 4 into second place. He goes. I mean, Salmon has just been dominant early on. He's going to try to keep the lead throughout and play spoiler to these drivers all needing to win to advance into the championship 4. Quinn Moore's now in the 6th spot. Running now 6 is Quinn Moore. Billy Bishop just gained a spot on the 7 of Alexander Rowe. Matt Hunter going for another spot on Hayden Stringer for the 11th position. He's going to go for it on the bottom. See if the 11th spot we'll see if he can get the 11th spot in the 19. Still running low. Oh man, he's going a little aggressive there. We're going to try to draft the 19 and make it pass on the 5 instead. Going to have to make a pass on the 5 with the draft here just past the 51 car. He's got his eyes set on the 19. He's trying to loose up the 19 now. That's 19 is holding steady. Learning from a champion. He's running like a champion as he was last season's champion. He's going for another victory. Got 10 more laps left until the end of the stage, and I'm sure that these drivers are going to be wanting to pit for the fresher tires and fuel, with the cautions, though, not coming their way. Tires and fuel is going to be very important in this race. Nieto just lost second. Fitzwater's back in the 2nd spot, and Quinn Porter is up to 3rd. So Nieto just lost 2nd place, and Zachary Fitzwater is back in 2nd. Trying to gain ground on the 11 of Samad Ozkan. Trying to take the lead away from the 11 car. Trying to pick up the stage win. 51 able to hold off the 19 for now. Here comes the 5 car. Look at the run the 5 gets. That run's going to get a good run on the bottom. We'll see if he can clear the 19. Still trying to clear him. Let's see if he gets to the bottom and takes the spot away. He does. Takes it away. The spot goes to the 5 of Avi Sachs, as George Warwick is now going to pass his teammate, Richard Morphy. And Rourke clears the 1. And I think that is for 7th spot. The race is on here in stage 1. Fitzwater trying everything he can to gain on the 11 car and make a move. There's Claire Richardson right behind, and Quinn Porter is also right behind. They're battling for 3rd spot. See if Richardson gets to the low side and tries to get a run on the 45. Just can't quite make the move just yet. Still early in this race, though, and stage 1 is just a few laps away from ending, so they're going to think about strategies, about adjustments and fuel and tires. Maybe they'll get to the top. Here comes Billy Bishop, and he's going to go for 10th. Just doesn't have the run yet, but he's going to try to get a draft. Trying to get the draft from the 19, trying to make a pass and get at least 1 stage point. Matt Hunter is running in the 12th position right now, just outside the top 10. Bishop's 11th. So another spot for Bishop, and he's into the stage point territory. 1 might be the difference. 1 stage point could make the difference in advancing and being eliminated. Now Bishop goes by Stringer. He's going to pick up a stage point for now. Might pick up another one if he passes Avi Sachs. He does. He is now into 2 stage points now if he stays where he is. And he would go up to 3 stage points if he makes the pass on George Rourke. Looks like Zach Fitzwater just not able to gain on Salmon Oscon. I'm sure he's not going to be aggressive now, and I guess he's going to save it for when it really matters on the final laps. Clay Richardson just went by Quinn Porter for 3rd. And now here comes Quinn Moore. He's going to try to gain another stage point along with Logan Nieto. They're in good spots during stage points. We'll see if they can hold on and earn a couple stage points, finishing 5th and 6th, maybe even higher. Bishop's in 8th, and he would like to earn another stage point if he gets by Nilson Herrera. Looks to the low side. Might have a chance on the 51. His teammate, his own teammate might try to help him. Looks like his teammate's going to help him out. He's going to give the stage point over to his teammate, so that's really good. Good teamwork there from this small team as Bishop is going for championship here. And his teammate Nilson Herrera just lets him by, gets the point he needs. Every point matters. Hunter is in 12th, and he's only got a lap and a half to gain stage points. Just one more lap in the first stage, I should say. Not the final stage, the first stage. Salmon Oscon just has led every lap so far. He's just dominating this track from pole position. Has not looked back, and we'll see if he can hold on to the lead as we get to almost the halfway point of this race. Here we go. Last turn before the stage ends. And it looks like Salmon Oscon is going to win stage number 1 here at Homestead, Miami. Holds off Zachary Fitzwater, and Oscon will be your stage 1 winner. So I wonder who's going to be pitting under this caution flag. We shall see who will be coming down to the pits during this stage break caution. I'm sure everybody will be taking pit stops during this period, including the leader, or we might see some couple drivers stay out. So, from the looks of it, looks like Oscon is the stage winner. Zachary Fitzwater will earn 9 stage points. Logan Nieto is going to earn 6 stage points. Quinn Moore is going to earn 5 stage points. And Billy Bishop is going to earn 4 stage points. And the last one with stage points is Hayden Stringer. Looks like Matt Hunter just missed out on stage points, as he will be 12th. He was 12th at the end of the stage. So the 22 does not collect the crucial stage points in this first stage at least, but he could still gain ground as we head to stage 2. And the leaders come down pit road. All of them are coming down to the pits, getting fresher tires when they need to. And there's your final stage score, stage point score on the bottom right in case if you missed it. And all the drivers have now come down pit road to make their tires and fuel last into stage 2. Might need another pit stop near the end of the race, but we'll see if their fuel will hold up this time. If they learned a lot from Las Vegas when drivers were running out of fuel left and right. And looks like the 11 has come off pit road first, so he will stay as your race leader. Oscon stays as the race leader as we head back to the green flag to the restart. So they're going to line up double file and we'll get back to the green. Here we go, folks. Who's going to have the edge? It's Zach Fitzwater on the outside, and the inside is Salmon Oscon. They don't have a choice of which lane that they have to pick, that they can pick. They don't have the option. The leader always goes to the bottom, and the one in second always goes to the outside. Usually the inside groove is the best line at tracks at Entertown 3 tracks, but we'll see if that's going to matter when they restart here. To kick off stage 2, the green flag waves. The 4 has the bit of an edge. He got the outside lane and he takes the lead from Ozcon. Will Ozcon fight back and take the lead away? Here comes Nieto. Here comes Quinn Moore. Going to the bottom. Ozcon trying to take the lead back. He does. The 11 is back out in front. Now he's got to face Quinn Moore though. 34 takes the lead. A nice run by the 34. He takes the spot. Top spot now in the 34 car. Richard Morphy has moved up to second. Here comes Garrett Albertson, Mitch Barrier. And now the 11 is stuck on the outside. 3 wide for the lead. Barrier goes to the low line. Can he clear these 2 drivers for the lead? He will. He's got the lead. Mitch Barrier's your new leader. And here comes Ronald Marvila. They've worked strategies. They're up to second. Marvila's up to second spot now. Highest driver in the playoff field right now. The 77 looks to the low side. Might try to take the lead. Can he hold on? Can he get to the lead? Can he get by the 2? And he does. Here comes the 18. 18 to the bottom now. Oh, wow, there's some contact. Matt Hunter getting loose, but he saves it. Looked like he almost spun there. 22 able to save it, though. Was able to just save the 22 from spinning. New leader, Aiden Bigelow. The leaders are changing hands now. Left and right. And Cassie Reynolds up to 4th. And Marvila is going to be on the outside now. Bigelow is your leader. Here comes Leone. Chris Leone to take the lead. And Reynolds in 3rd. Here comes Marvila 4th. Leone takes the lead. Leone is your new leader. Marvila to the low side. Trying to get a run on the bottom on Bigelow. He takes 2nd. To the low line he goes. Marvila takes the 2nd spot. He's going to try to gain on the 12. Rafael Maycott to the bottom. In the 3rd spot he goes. Maycott takes 3rd. Chris Leone takes the lead and he's trying to hang on over Marvila. Ronald Marvila has Rafael Maycott right behind him. Maycott's going to try to make the move. Can the 14 car make the pass on for 2nd place? He does. 21 car takes the top 5 spot. Is now Maycott's going to go for the lead. Goes to the bottom. Takes the lead. He is your new leader. Maycott is in front. Robert Smith to the bottom lane. He's going to 3rd. He's going to go for 2nd. Right now, Marvila is on the outside. Not looking too good to stay up in the top 10 along with Reynolds. They're both on the outside lane. And Leone just took the lead back. 12 car back in the lead. Here comes Robert Smith. Robert gets to the bottom and takes the lead. And now the new leader, Robert Smith. We'll see if the 12 can fight back. Here comes Bigelow again. He's going to get a big run on the bottom. We'll see if Bigelow can get the lead back. Leaders are changing hands now. Wow. And here's Austin Stitzel in the top 5. Stitzel was our winner last week at Las Vegas. He's going to try to go back-to-back this season. Chris Leone was in the playoffs early on, was eliminated in round 1. He's looking for another win for redemption here today at Homestead, Miami. Robert Smith, it's just not been the season that he was hoping to get, but he's trying to at least win a race this season. Robert Smith goes to the bottom, takes the lead. He's out in front. Meka is third. Bigelow fourth. And the highest playoff driver in this field now, Cassidy Reynolds in fifth. Cassidy's back up to the top 5 spot. And I think is the only playoff driver in the top 10. Robert Smith has pulled away from the leaders, but now Bigelow has just taken second, and Reynolds is going to try to take that spot away. Here he comes. Here comes the 16. Can he do it again? He's got the second spot. He might go for the lead right here. He might go for the lead right here in second. Reynolds has moved up. And Stitzel's going to try to move up a position as well. Battles are getting intense here at Homestead, Miami. Almost the halfway point. Here comes Maxwell Smart on a 3-wide battle. He just took the spot away from Stitzel. That's for fourth. There's Nathan Ormond. He is now in the 12th position, and Marvila is now 13th. Oh, Matt Hunter got on the outside. He nearly into the wall there. Oh, Matt Hunter is now on the outside in the wall, trying to stay out of it. Fitzwater as well. They're both on the outside. 22's trying to go to the bottom. Might have to move to the bottom. He does. He's able to move to the bottom line, able to get back into the swing, get back into the line. He's trying to take the lead. He's trying to get back into the top 10. Reynolds is up to second. It's going to try to make a pass on the 21 Robert Smith to win the stage, and that'd be huge for the 16 team. They started off, their qualifying was not so good at Homestead, but now they're trying to pick up trying to get the stage points, make it a turnaround. Mitch Bear is now into the 4th spot. 5th spot is Casey Hoyt now. Now here comes the 2 to 3rd place. car Chris Leone dropped back a bit after leading for the first part of stage 2. Now he's going to try to work his way back up to the front. Here comes Reynolds for the lead. 16 car goes to the race lead again. And he's cleared him. He's in the lead. He's back out in front. Cassie Reynolds back in front now. Takes the lead. Back in the race lead now. And Casey Hoyt in the 3rd spot, and here comes Robert Smith in the 2nd spot now. But Reynolds is now your leader. Nathan Ormond to the bottom of Samet Oscon. And Oscon has just not had the speed as he had in stage 1. Here comes Maravilla, going to work another position up. He was 8th last time they were scored. So Marvilla's gained another position on Oscon. He could gain another position on Ormond. He does. He gains another position on Ormond. He takes the spot away. He is back out in the top 10. And now the 16 car takes the lead again. Here comes Hoyt. Casey Hoyt to the bottom. He was eliminated in the last round a couple races ago. He's going for redemption here tonight. And Mitch Barrett goes to the bottom. He just is going to take 4 spot away from the 12 car, his teammate. And now the 77, Ronald Marvilla. To the bottom lane he goes now. 77 car is now running in 6th place. Ozcon is now 7th place. He's working his way up back to the front. Mayka and Morphe in the top 10 now. Next highest driver in the playoff field is going to be a little way back. I believe that's Zachary Fitzwater, 24th. So playoff drivers also struggling here at Homestead, Miami, but the 16, though, is running in the lead, running in the race lead. Barrier takes 2nd, and he's going for the lead. Gotta run. Barrier's going to the bottom. He's got a big run. He takes the lead from the 16 car. Mitch Barrier's your new leader. He just jumped 2 positions from the last lap and takes the lead. Mitch Barrier's your new leader. KCOA just passed Reynolds for 2nd place. And that's not what Reynolds wanted, to go on the outside now. He might lose more positions. Ozcon to the bottom. Here comes Bigelow. And Reynolds just losing positions now, losing those stage points for the 16 to earn. And now 21 gets by, 12 gets by, 77 is fast approaching. 16 just struggling to stay on the inside. And now in 7th is Reynolds. Marville is now 8th. 2 playoff drivers in the top 10 in the points right now. Barrier takes the lead, trying to hang on for the stage win at least. Now the 11 car might try to get the 16 by. No, he is stuck. Here comes the 77. Oh no, the 11 trying to go around, and Morvilla spins around. Morvilla was hit. Oh man. Oh my gosh. They were battling for the position for the stage points. Reynolds was trying to hang on and made contact with Sam and Ozcon, a huge pileup with a lot of playoff drivers in it. Oh my goodness. Wow, first big wreck of the race. Oh boy. Looked like Reynolds was trying to get by Ozcon to get loose in the 11 car and then just spun out the 77. The 16 able to get away, but was a huge pileup with Marvilla getting turned around, and a lot of playoff drivers were in the pileup. Holy cow, was that a big crash there. And there you see the drivers all piling up in turn 1. Brings out the caution. Look at how many drivers flipped. Oh my goodness, just about every playoff driver was in that wreck. 77 just hits the 17 as well. Wow. Oh my goodness, all stemmed from the 16 trying to get by the 11 car, and then instead of getting by the 11, he just puts him getting loose, and Ozcon went right into Marvilla trying to save it, but the 77 goes for a spin. Oh my goodness, it was all for the stage points for the 16 team. A very aggressive move on the 11 right there. Look at him, he just got him loose. And then the 77 was collected by the 11 car, and he goes for a spin. And the 1 car was hit from the side there, and then the caution would come out. A big crash, a pileup, and took out a lot of playoff drivers in the field. Oh my. That's going to really change up the playoff field now. Couple cars have chosen to pit under this caution period, but the leaders have elected to stay out. So several of the top 10 drivers have elected to stay out of this caution period. Now they're pitting. I wonder why they decided to wait a lap until they pitted. Maybe they're trying to stretch the fuel out by one more lap or something. I am not sure why they elected to wait a lap until they pitted. I guess they wanted to see what the others would do. But I don't know if that's going to work out in their favor. We're going back to the green flag here at Homestead, and just 4 more laps to go until the end of the stage. The green flag waves. Ozcon to the bottom and Reynolds on the outside. Ozcon this time able to hold on to the lead down to turn 1. Salmon was the winner in stage 1 He's going to try to win both Stage 1 and 2. And I think he might be the first driver to do so in the PLCS if he hangs on. Oh no, Ozcon has a problem. He's going to the pits. 11 car to pit road. A couple cars join him as well. What in the world? Wow, the 11 chooses to pit. Didn't he just pit a couple laps ago? That's just bizarre. The 11 has to pit. I think he was penalized on pit road or something. I don't know. The 11 had to come to pit again. Oh my goodness, something went wrong in the 11 car and he's pitting under green. He's now out of contention to win this race. Final 2 laps in Stage 2 and the leader is now Casey Hoyt. Matthew Buss is second. And now Dylan Ebrahimian has worked his way to third. And Mitch Barrier, who was the leader before the caution flew, is going to try to work his way back up again on fresher tires. 1 lap fresher than most of the other drivers in the field. Just 1 more lap in Stage 2. It's Casey Hoyt in front now. In the 47, Ibrahimian is going to try to take second before the end of the stage. And they will throw the caution very soon, momentarily, to end the stage. Here comes the 43 of Claire Richardson. Just hit her way up to second. But it's going to be Casey Hoyt that takes Stage 2 here at Homestead. The 47 car takes Stage 2 at Homestead in a bizarre sequence of events where the 11 had to come to the pits again and just pretty much screwed his way out of a win, potentially, here at Homestead, Miami. Wonder if anybody else is going to take pit stops during this caution. So, 47 takes the lead. I mean, he wins Stage 2, I should say. Casey Hoyt wins Stage 2. Richardson was in second. She was able to get second place before the stage caution came out. Quinn Porter third, and then Buss was fourth, and Robert Smith fifth. Ibrahimian was in second. Ibrahimian was sixth, by the way. He was as high as second, but Ibrahimian was sixth. And I don't believe that any of the playoff drivers earned stage points in that second stage. So a change from the first stage, as a couple playoff drivers earned stage points in the first stage, but in the second, no, I don't think any playoff drivers earned any stage points. Yeah, no playoff drivers earned stage points from that. So interesting. Lataro heads down to pit road and probably has to make some repairs on that number 10. Some unscheduled repairs for the number 10. But Lataro didn't even get really going in Las Vegas last week. He ran just a few laps and then he had to come to the pits. He never got out of the pits in Vegas last week for the 10. So now the 10 has another problem, has to fix, and is going to lose another position. And this just in, Hayden Stringer is out of the race. Looks like a camshaft problem has ended his race early. So he's the first driver out of the race tonight at Homestead. And the 19 car will retire from this race with a broken camshaft. So he is the first driver out of the race today at Homestead. A lot of cars with damage from the caution we had a while back before the end of Stage 2. They took pit stops. They had to fix some damage. They had to fix a lot of damage, and they're still going to the pits, and I'm sure they're probably going to have to go to the pits in and out for the rest of the night. Alex Ferranti 35th, and not really a good start for him in the PLCS, but at least he got the opportunity to drive one race in this series. He's usually a driver in he usually drives mostly in Trent Dunham's Sega Cup Series. He's usually one of their best drivers in that series, and he got the call from RCR and took the deal to run a one-race, one-off here in the Pichu London Cup Series, make his Cup debut here at Homestead. So, Ferranti, not the debut that he wanted, but at least he's soaking in the moment of running in this series, at least for one race only. Anyway, green flag is out. Stage 3 is back on. It's between Claire Richardson and Casey Hoyt. .45 in the second place now. As he looks low, here comes Barrier. Mitch Barrier was showing a lot of speed before the caution flew. Now he's going back to now he's going to pick up where he left off. This time no leaders came to the pits that time, but a couple of them did come with the ones with major damage. And they're probably going to go in and out of pit road, like I said, for the rest of the race. 7 car takes to the bottom into the second spot. Ferranti just came off pit road. Down the bottom, is this going to affect the leaders? 7 still going for it. He's still going to try to take the lead away. And he does. Alexander Rowe takes the lead. Alexander Rowe in front. And Isaiah Bernesh in second. Maxwell Smart taking third spot. And now Smart's going for second place. Maravilla in the top 5 now. As the 77 trying to pick up the big points now. Now it's all about getting the race points. It's all about finishing in the top 10 at least to earn some big points and try to keep their championship hopes alive. It's Rowe and Smart in the top 2. Here comes Ozcon. Ozcon working his way back up into second spot. He takes second, and the 7 is going to the bottom. Alexander Rowe back in the lead. He was also one of the former playoff drivers eliminated from round 1. He's trying for redemption tonight. These 2 drivers were in the playoffs between Rowe and Ozcon, and they were both eliminated from the first round, I believe. And now they're both battling to see who's going to get the redeeming win here at Homestead. Ooh, boy, 7 trying to block the 11 right there. You just saw that? Did you see that? 11 car recovered after getting loose. That brought out the caution last time. Oh, he nearly gets right into the 7. Here comes Porter. He's going to make it 3 wide for the lead. And Porter takes the lead away. A 3 wide battle. Porter sneaks in and takes the race lead. Ebrahimian in third. Ebrahimian moves up to third spot. Here comes Bigelow, and the Toyotas are showing the speed today. Top 4 right now are Toyotas. It's Ozcon and Porter for the lead. It's Bigelow in third and Ebrahimian running fourth. It's all been about the Toyotas today. Ozcon back in front. How to work his way back up after winning stage 1. He's back in the lead. Bigelow is going to join to the second spot. He's going to take second from Quinn Porter. And now it's a 1-2 currently for Joe Gibbs. The Joe Gibbs car is running 1-2 in this race. And they have another 1 car in the 6th. And if Ebrahimian counts, he was 4th, but now he's going to lose a top 5 spot as he's dropping on the outside. And here comes Quinn Moore. Highest driver in the playoff field right now. He's gaining ground. 34 is gaining. He wants a win. If he wins, he's going to tie the record. And he'll get in the championship 4 no matter what happens next week at Martinsville. 34 is looking for the win. He needs a win. He's hoping for a win to get in the next round of the playoffs. He wants to get a win at Homestead and not have to worry about next week at Martinsville. Here comes 34 gaining another spot on the 45. He might try to gain on Rowe in the 3rd. Quinn Moore's up to 4th. And here comes Ormond. He just made a pass on Maxwell Smart, so don't count him out yet. All these guys fighting to win and get into... All these guys fighting to win to make a statement here tonight at Homestead. Ebrahimian is up to the top 10 now. He's just trying to hang on over to 20. Maxwell Smart, his sort of teammate. And now the 7 looks to the low side. He might go for second. He's got to run. He's going to get the 18. He takes second place. He's got the second spot away, but is he going to be able to catch the 11 car of Samet Ozkan? Ozkan started on the pole, won the first stage, had to work his way back up in stage 2, and now he is trying to win this thing in the final stage. Here's more. Third spot, 34, is real fast now, coming in clutch. He's going for second. He's going to try to take second from the 7. By the way, Watkins Glen, Quinn Moore was runner-up to Samet Ozkan, so Ozkan might have kept Moore from breaking the record at the Glen. He might keep him from tying the record again here at Homestead. Might be deja vu from the Glen race we had a while ago before the playoffs began. These two are battling against each other now, with Alexander Rose standing between them. I think the 34 is going to try to make work on the 7. He's going to the low line. Here he comes. Here comes Moore. Takes second spot. Let's see if he goes. Moore takes second. His eyes are now set on Samet Ozkan. These two were battling 1-2 at the Glen, and Ozkan won that race. And now Moore's looking for revenge for that race at the Glen. And looking for that 6th win to tie the record all time in the PLCS. And third place, though, Aiden Bigelow. I'm sure he's going to help out Ozkan somewhat. He might try to help out the 11. The 18 card right now in third. He might try to get the 11 loose. Maybe that'll open the door for Ozkan to pull away. The 18 gets a run on the bottom. He might be there. He might be there right here on the corner. 18 looks low. Does he get the 34? Can he get the run? Yes, he can. He's got the second spot. He's going to keep the 34 from gaining ground on the number 11. There's another lap car in front of them. That is the 14 Rafael Meka. Oh, I don't think they're going to catch him. Never mind. I thought he was closer. Clean air right now for these two drivers to battle it out. Bigelow, though, is looking for his first PLCS win. He might have to pass his teammate to do so. And here he comes. And he's your new leader. Aiden Bigelow is the race leader now. Here comes Alexander Rowe into second spot on Samet Ozkan. And he clears him. And now Rowe's going for another victory. More cars out of the pits. Connor Breen just came off pit road. I think he's going to have to come to the pits again and stay out of the leader's way. And there he goes down below pit road. He wisely chooses to go to the pits and not get involved with the leaders. That was the right decision for the 23 team. They're way out of contention to win this race. What a wise decision to stay out of the leaders' traffic and let them play it out. Other drivers in the playoffs, let's see if they were in the top 10, and doesn't look like, well, Maravilla is 29th. He was involved in that crash earlier, so he's a lap down. Not going to play a factor into winning this race, but James Richardson is inside right now the top 10. He might lose his spot, though, to Dylan Ebrahimian. 6 car, though, is the next highest driver in the playoff field, other than, I believe... No, he is the highest running playoff driver in this field right now. He's 9th. Wow, so 9th place is the highest running playoff driver in this field left, and that is James Richardson. If he hangs on, and now guess who's behind him? Matt Hunter. So these guys are 9th and 10th right now. 2 of the highest playoff drivers running in this field are now 9th and 10th. Billy Bishop is 30th, and he's a lap down. And now the 22 gets passed on the outside. So Richardson's safe right now in 11th spot. I'm sure he just wants to finish the race. Marvilla is on a lap down. Oh, this is getting interesting now between Aiden Bigelow and Samet Ozkan. sure Salmon wants another victory. I'm sure Aiden wants to get his first win. But he's going to have to do it the hard way. He's going to have to try to hold off a champion. A former champion in the 11. More drivers, drivers are going to come off in and out of pit road for the rest of the race, and that might play a factor in terms of getting the clean and dirty air. Here comes Ozcon to try to retake the lead on Bigelow, and he will clear the 18. He's back in front. 14 laps to go. Ozcon is back in the lead with 14 laps remaining here at Homestead, Miami. Quinn Moore's in 4th place. He's just trying to finish this race. Oh, wait, no. Quinn Moore's not. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought Quinn Moore was in 4th. He's a lap down. My bad. So Quinn Moore's a lap down. My mistake. Bigelow's going for the lead again. So if Quinn Moore gets by, he's still going to be the leader. Unless if Ozcon gets by him, too. But Bigelow retakes the lead. And now Quinn Moore's going to pass Ozcon. That might help out the 18 a bit. But I'm sure the 34 just wants to finish on the lead lap. Because he's not going to earn a lot of points from Homestead at the end of the day. But at least he's going to try to finish on the lead lap. And maybe try to salvage whatever they could. Whatever points they could here today at Homestead. So Moore's not the highest finishing driver in the field. He's not going to go for his 5th win today. But next week at Homestead, it will be a very interesting race. We'll see if the 11 can use the 34 as an advantage. He might try to draft him and might try to slingshot past the 18 with a lap car. Or he might have to do it on his own. It's right on the bumper. Here comes the 11. He wants to win. Goes to the bottom of Moore and just gets by him. And now he's got clean air ahead of him. He might try to make a move on the 18 again. Alexander Rose, same thing. With 11 laps remaining here at Homestead. Marvila is again a lap down, and so, wow, a lot of these drivers are lap down. I thought they were in the top 10, but they're all a lap down. So James Richardson is the highest running playoff driver in this field in 9th position. So Richardson going for a top 10 spot. That's big points for the 6th team. That could put him into the championship 4. Next week at Homestead will be a lot of fun to watch, and we're going to keep our eyes on the playoff drivers, all 8 of them, at Homestead next week. Because a playoff driver is not going to win here at Homestead to lock themselves into the championship 4. So next week's race at Homestead is going to be a lot of fun. And would you look at that? Sam and Ozcon just retook the lead from Aiden Bigelow. And now Alexander Rowe is 2nd place. Here comes Rowe for the lead with 9 laps to go. Will these drivers make it on fuel this time? Because we saw drivers that were pitting at the end, near the end of the race. They couldn't make it on fuel. But we'll see if that fuel mileage will last this time around for the 3 in front. 7 car takes the lead. Alexander Rowe is out in front. And there's only going to be 8 laps to go here at Homestead, Miami. Alexander Rowe won earlier this season. He won a race to get in the playoffs, but he was knocked out of the first round. And now he's going for redemption. And Salmon Ozcon also won earlier this season. It was at the Glen. He held off Quinn Moore, believe it or not, in that race for the win. Well, Ozcon's going for another victory in this race. And the 3 car and the 18 is 3rd. Aiden Bigelow still looking for his first career win. He's going to try to get it tonight. He might have a chance here. 7 more laps around Homestead, Miami. Rowe hanging on. Ozcon looks low though. Ozcon is low on the low line. He might have a chance right here for the lead. Gets a run here. Here he comes. Here comes the 11 for the lead. He's going to try to take it from Rowe. He does clear him. He's in front with 6 to go. Bigelow, though, not giving up. He's going for the lead, too. He wants to win. He's trying to pull away to try to pull off a win here at Homestead, and he takes the lead. Bigelow takes the top spot away. But how long will it last? Will Rowe fight back? Will Ozcon fight back? There's still time. Here comes Rowe. Second place on Salmon Oscon. Breaks up Joe Gibbs' 1-2. 5 laps remain at Homestead, Miami. Last week it was Hendrick Motorsports that finished 1-2 at Las Vegas. Will Joe Gibbs repeat it, this time at Homestead? Bigelow trying to hang on. He knows he's got tough competition behind him. These drivers all experienced with many wins under their belt. Both Rowe and Oscon are both superstars. And Bigelow is trying to hold them off with 4 to go. Lap traffic. I think they might approach Rafael Macon just a couple laps. I think they're going to approach the 14 in just a few more laps. They got 4 to go. We'll see if the 14 will help out any of these drivers. Quinn Porter is, by the way, running in 3rd position. Wait a minute. No, Oscon's not in. I thought Oscon was always on the. Oh man, I'm mixing things up. I am terribly sorry. I'm mixing drivers up with lap cars and lead lap cars. I apologize. Oscon's not in contention to win this race. Oh wow, I'm so sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me today, but 3 laps to go, and it doesn't look like the 11 is going to let the 18 Yeah, it looks like the 11 is going to pass him, and now the 18 is going to be left stranded. Yeah, wow. I thought the 11 would help his teammate out, but no. He's going to let him fight on his own with 2 laps to go. So the race is between Bigelow and Rowe. Let's see if Rowe can make one more move on him with 2 to go. Here comes the 7. The 11 car not helping him out at all. Man, this is going to be interesting. Coming to the white flag. 18 on the outside. Here comes the 7. Can he make the move? White flag is out with 1 lap to go. Here comes Rowe. Oh, the 11 is not helping him out at all. Here comes the 7 car. Takes the lead. Alexander Rowe is in front. 1 more turn to go. It looks like Bigelow's going to lose again unless if he gets an outside run. Final corner. Here comes the 7. And 18's not going to get there. Alexander Rowe takes the lead off the final corner. He's going to win at Homestead, Miami. 2nd win of the season for Alexander Rowe. I thought the 11 was going to win that race, but he was a lapped car. And I apologize if I make that mistake, but the 7 car of Alexander Rowe takes the win away from Aiden Bigelow. My goodness, the 11 just didn't help the 18 out at all on that situation, and another heartbreaker for the 18. But Alexander Rowe earns his 2nd win of the season at Homestead, Miami. So here are your final results from Homestead, Miami. Alexander Rowe took home the victory. I am so sorry that I mixed lap cars up with the lead lap cars. I just was focused so much on the action, didn't focus on the lap cars a lot. So I apologize if I said that Oscon was going to be in contention to win and all that. So I just was too focused on the action. So I apologize for that. Anyway, Alexander Rowe is your winner. This time for real, and Aiden Bigelow was runner-up as the 11 just did not help him in the draft at all, and Bigelow was passed on the final lap and is denied again of his first win. Quinn Porter takes 3rd spot, and it looks like the highest finishing driver among the playoff field was James Richardson, who ended up in the 12th position. So James Richardson was the highest driver of the playoffs in 12th, and Matt Hunter was not far behind him in 15th. And then we see Cassie Reynolds, he was 21st, and Zachary Fitzwater was 22nd among the playoff drivers. Oscon ended up 28th, a lap down, and yet he still finished a lap down. And yeah, it just didn't help out the 18. I don't know if he was planning to help the 18 or whatever, but that was a heartbreaker for the 18 team, man. They were about to win, and then they got robbed by the 11. I guess the 11 was just a little frustrated that even with most laps led, they weren't able to take home the victory as they had to come to the pits in the middle of stage 3, and that ended their chances of a victory. So I guess the 11 was just real mad about it and just let his anger out on his own teammate. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of talk among the team after this race. So anyway, here's the rest of the finishing order. Fitzwater was 22nd, and Ronald Maravilla ended up 29th, and Bishop ended up 30th. So none of them finished outside the top 30, but still a lot of drivers, a lot of big names involved, but they did pick up the big stage points on what they needed with a race like this. And Casey Hoyt was the biggest move of the race. Bigelow had the fastest lap, but just wasn't able to hold on the 7 as Alexander Rowe took the win on the last lap to take the checkers at Homestead, Miami. And Alexander Rowe earns his second win of the season, and it's his, I believe, his 14th career win in the PLCS. He now has more wins than Colin Francis, a former PLCS champion, and just one win away from equaling Connor Breton's mark of 15 wins and another champion's mark, Philip Goldberg. And by the way, Dylan Young, who ran in last week's race at Las Vegas in the 3 car, he has 16 career wins. So looks like 2 wins away, 2 more wins for Rowe, and he can tie Dylan Young's mark and also another former champion's mark, O'Neal Balvin. Also 16 career PLCS victories under his name. So not far away from legends, Alexander Rowe is. He picks up another victory, and he has earned his second win of the season. So probably the first driver who would be eliminated from the playoffs to win a playoff race this season, I believe. And all the points will be scored in just a few moments. Anyway, before we wrap things up, let's take a look at the points as we head to Martinsville next week. Alright, here are the points as we head to Martinsville next week. Cassie Reynolds is 15 above the cut line. Matt Hunter is just 8 points above the cut line. Quinn Moore is just 5 points above. And the 4th spot is with James Richardson now. He's just a point above Ronald Maravilla. Billy Bishop's 3 points back. Fitzwater's 15 points back. And Logan Nieto is 26 points back. So for the 4 and the 8 teams, they will have to pick up the stage points and even race points itself to stay in contention for the championship 4. But for Richardson, Maravilla, Bishop, and Moore, they're all going to keep our eyes on against each other, as it will be an intense race next week at Martinsville, and there'll be a lot of spots going back and forth for sure. Hunter is in a good place right now, but it could all change, and even for Reynolds as well. A lot can change at Martinsville next week as we determine who's in and who's out of the championship 4 in Atlanta in just 2 weeks. Before we wrap this up, let me tell you about the drivers for the number 3 car. We have 2 legends that'll be driving the number 3 for the rest of the season. At Martinsville next week, it's going to be Lewis Gordon that's going to be in the 3 car at Martinsville next weekend. And for the championship race in Atlanta, it's the very first PLCS champion, Matt McMurray. So the 2 legends, 2 icons come out of retirement to run in the number 3 in the next several events in Martinsville and Atlanta. So we're bringing back Lewis Gordon and Matt McMurray this season to wrap up the number 3's schedule. Hope you guys will join us at Martinsville. It's going to be a lot of fun as we will reveal the championship 4 after the race. So you do not want to miss Martinsville next week. Until then, we will see you later.